Welcome to episode 2 of First Impression Sports Talk. I'm your host, Jasmine Pollock, and today I have a special show for you guys when it comes to boxing. So right now, this is a coach I've been talking to for a long time now. We have a great rapport. This is my third time, but right now he's currently in the background assisting some of his kids with boxing. So I'm going to be interviewing some of the great young boxers at 412 Boxing who will be competing not only in nationals, but in the Olympics for next year in Paris. So let's bring on Sonny, who happens to be in the one of the conversations of the Olympics. So Sonny, how are you doing? Introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, I just want like to say that I definitely want to thank God for the opportunities that have been granted to me, and I would also like to thank the hands that have really put into the opportunity and the doors that have been opened to me and my colleagues here, and even more than my colleagues, my friends. Yeah, I love to be here, and it's a pleasure to be here, man. I know that you guys hear all the sound and everything. It's just because coach is running two different rings in the gym right now, so you know the work keeps going.
Absolutely. I can see that. I can hear it back there. What is for everyone who's not involved in boxing, like what can you say about the day-to-day being in the gym with other boxers, with your colleagues and your friends and stuff like that? How does it feel? What's the atmosphere like in the gym?
Man, it's intense. It's an atmosphere where you always feel like there's one more milestone to accomplish. It really makes you want to better yourself. Not even in the aspect of I want to be better. I want to be better than someone else in the gym, but it it really inspires you to become better because whenever you work on yourself and make yourself better, you can also sharpen the people around you, and
Absolutely.
it's just a great community, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that answer because when we think of boxing, a lot of people think it's just a singular sport. But what you're
Right.
building, what Coach Jim Hoy and everyone there is building, is a brother and sisterhood, a family of young boxers to become successful and be dominant forces in the boxing industry. Now, for you, Sonny, specifically, you have a very unique story when it comes to you being a national champion and competing for a spot on Team USA. Is this all like deja vu? Is this what you expected, or is it like, wow, this is happening too fast?
Man, it's just one of those things. Like in the moment, it feels almost right to say like this is a dream. This is a dream come true, but it's not really a dream come true because we we worked every day towards these milestones. We set small milestones to reach the big goal, and that's what this is about. Accomplishing that big goal, and everything that we have experienced all the way up to this point has prepared us to be able to accomplish that big goal.
Yes, absolutely. And shout out to you and Trinity because you both are doing amazing things and setting the example of how to do that. What is the process like for you preparing for these moments like this? What is what are some of the methods or some of the, terminology that you guys use in order to make sure you're training at your best, making sure that your body's right, making sure that you are being sharp and staying competitive and staying on your game?
Well, I would say, man, there are three really important factors that go into our training, which includes the the diet, the work, and the rest. And all three of those are they 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 work together to make you greater. You know what I mean? What they all have a great correlation with one another. So it's just yeah. Listening to the coach, making sure that we're putting the right things in our body, make sure we're getting
Yes.
adequate rest at night, and And as far as the terminology, it's all the boxing terminology. It's it's always numbers or
Yeah.
jab jab, right cross, pretty
Yeah.
simple.
Absolutely. And I know excited. I know you guys are excited. I'm excited for you. And I know that whole boxing unit is exciting because you guys have some young guns in that gym
Absolutely,
right now. Like I can hear
absolutely.
Coach yelling. I can hear all the commotion going on back there. But like, what does Coach Jim Hui mean to you specifically? What has he done for you and any other boxing coach that happens to be there? What have they done for you to be your best version of yourself right now where you're sitting?
Man, he's really inspired me in more ways than just being an athlete. He's been a mentor to me and a father figure. Realistically, we a lot of us in this gym come from backgrounds where um, fathers aren't as involved
Yep.
in the kids' lives as maybe they should be, or as much as the child needs, and that has that's who Coach Hoy has been to me. He's really been a great mentor and really bringing me along in life as a man more than as an athlete, which makes me fight harder for him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whenever I'm in the
I
gym.
love that. I love that answer because just me meeting Coach Hoy for like this is like the third time me talking to him, and we've built a great relationship. But I can see the passion he has for the sport and for you guys, and how he is really putting his time and energy, making sure you guys are the best version of yourselves, not just in the ring, but also in the world, how to conduct yourselves, how to be upstanding citizens. That's just amazing, and playing with motivation and being motivated to do great in the world. So
Right.
that's really inspiring to have people like that in your life that you can talk to. And definitely, as your career grows, as you
Right.
continue to build yourself, you're going to get more people like that. You're going to get more
Right.
people that are want to put their arms around you, that want to, just take you up under their wing and teach you some of the things that you may have never seen before. And
Absolutely.
me personally, I can attest to that. I love a good mentor. I think mentors are very important in today's society for the youth, not just parents and teachers, but outside of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
it's phenomenal. But for yourself, I know you guys have 6 juniors competing for the nationals next month in Louisiana. How are you helping them, and what is the atmosphere with them? How are they feeling potentially getting to this moment? What is their, what's their mindsets like?
Man, so as far as the younger crowd going in, man, honestly, I kind of feel like they help they help me a little more than I help them, but like as far as the boxing, but I make sure I handle a lot of the logistics and all the booking arrangements, and making sure that people are doing things right as far as their technique in the gym. But man, our juniors here are some of the best in the country, and man, sometimes it really makes me look at myself like, man, these guys, by the time they reach my age, they're really gonna be killers, and my ability will pale in comparison to what they hold in store. So yeah, it's just we all just grow with one another, and just build on one another. It's a collaboration effort, So
Yes.
mhm.
And definitely making sure, like, you guys are cheering for each other. It's
Right,
one thing,
right,
especially when we look at the sport of boxing is a violent sport. I mean, sports is violent in general, but this sport, I mean, your goal is to knock the person out. The goal is to
right,
get that person out the ring and win.
right.
And you guys want to make sure that you're in each other's corner, making sure, hey, if you see something, hey,
Absolutely,
you should do better than this. You should, dodge this. You should do different things like that and keep your hands up
absolutely,
and have your form correct. So it's
absolutely.
so important that there is different tiers at 412 boxing, because now you have the older kids like yourself that can
Right,
teach the young kids, hey, I've been here, I've done that, this is what I feel, this is what I was feeling at this moment,
right,
and you're
right,
able to talk to them. But then you could see yourself a little bit like, oh, I remember I was there. Like I remember that was me preparing for this moment. So how is the process like of being at nationals? What is the, the itinerary? What is the process like during that time? Tell the audience a little bit about that who probably doesn't even know.
Right. Well, to attend national, at first, it's a really anxious type of thing. You know, because your mind is working a million miles a minute.
Yes.
You know, and you think about all the things that could go wrong and hope for all the things to go right. You know, and yeah, you basically you just gotta take it one day at a time, just because of the fact that nothing ever goes to plan. You know,
Right.
but yeah, man, it's a lot of waiting in line at national, especially in the beginning at registration. Man, that line is a mile long.
Yes, registration sounds like a pain. I mean, it just getting everyone set, getting everyone making sure they're in the right places at the right time, not lost, not in the wrong weight class, and everything like that. I get that. That is awesome. And you even said that you help with booking, you help with different things like that. That's huge. Just being able to, help things get organized, help things make sure that everything is ran through properly, and making sure that you guys have the best experience. Louisiana is a very popular state, very popular place to be. A lot of people go there. So this is really exciting for 412 Boxing. This is exciting for everyone there involved. And just, you want to go out there to compete. You want to go out there, I get, okay, we want to win, but just having that experience with each other and being able to travel, being able to see different things and learn new things. It's the best thing in the world. Now, bigger picture. Olympics is in Paris next summer, 2024.
Yes,
wow. Like, I mean, Paris, are you guys feeling that? Or is it like, oh, we're not thinking about it, we're just taking one day at a time? Or is it like, we're just going to prepare for the moment, making sure we get there first? Or what's that like? What's the thought process going on at the gym right now?
Right now, the thought process is the most prepared will prevail at the end of the day. So we make sure that we're in the best condition, and making sure that we we have the game plan for every opponent that stands before us, and made a better man win, and just taking it one day at a time, and that's how we've always done it.
Absolutely.
I've won 2 nationals so far, and every fight, it's always a tough fight, but we train for one day at a time. That's all.
Absolutely. And that's the best thing you can do. So that way you can come through everything that you need to work on and then improve on the things that you already have. You know what I mean? Right. So like, if you're good at something, keep going. Or if there's something you need to prove at, just take each day at a time to improve that. So that way you can be the best and make sure that you are prepared the most. That's what makes the greatest of all times. That's what makes Tom Brady's the Tom Brady's, Michael Jordan's the Michael Jordan's, because the work ethic. It's not about what we love to see the NBA finals or the Super Bowls or the playoff appearances, but that practice, that film study, that's what makes champions. And that culture is being set with you guys right now. That's a very important aspect to anything in life, not just sports, but to anything, to be great and to be successful in life. But for you, being that you've been in these big boxing moments, you've been in these different matches, what was some of the scariest moments, if you have one, that you're like, man, this one, like, this experience right here is like changing the whole way I'm thinking about it? Have you had that experience before?
I have. There was a fight where things got really tough, and I kind of really had to really push through, and kind of tough it out. It was actually at my first national. I was fighting in the finals, and man, I had all the condition and not really much of the technique, and yeah, we had it in our will, in our soul, for us to get done what we came to do. and that is exactly what we did. You know, it was in the moment, and almost felt like this could break me right here, but it didn't. It only made me stronger. You know.
Yes, absolutely. And you know that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's
Absolutely.
the one of the $1,000,000 sayings of, all time. And
Absolutely.
it's so amazing because, I can speak because I was a former athlete myself, maybe not at the boxing level, not at all, but I did softball and flag football. But
There
just
you
being
go.
at those moments where you know what you've done, and then you get there
Right.
and it's like you freeze a little bit. It's like, oh, everything's not going your way, but you
Yep.
still stick with what you know, still stick with
Absolutely.
what you trained on, and stick with what
Absolutely.
you're best at, and
Right.
that's something
Right. Right.
that
Right.
that can't be coached. That's
Right.
something you can coach, oh, this technique, this different thing, but that within just making
Right.
sure that, hey, even though it's not going my best, I still have my grit. I still have my,
Absolutely.
what I need, my backbone to succeed. So that's all
Absolutely.
you can really shout out to yourself for. That's amazing. But before
Absolutely.
we go, I have two more things for you. What's going on in the gym right now? Let's show the audience, everyone, what's going on. Just the day-to-day life of being at 412 Boxing.
Man, a little bit of everything. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
What's up?
Yep. We have former world champion Paul Spadafora here. He flew in from Vegas to work with us.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Me too.
Yeah, yep. Man, two rings worth of work. Man, and basically getting prepared. We have our assistant coach here, Sharon Skittle. Man, we're getting prepared to take another one.
Yes.
Yes,
That's awesome because now you have you have a whole support team. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like you have all these different people around you guys that are preparing you for these moments. It's so
right.
important because they're putting you guys in position. Like they're really, hey, this is what you need to do. We need to do this.
Absolutely,
And I see everyone in there working. From
absolutely,
coaches to the boxers to everyone. Everyone's working. Everybody.
absolutely.
And this is what sports is about. Everyone's doing their thing. Everyone's making sure that they're building the muscle, building
Right,
the endurance, and building that to
right.
continue to be successful. And I'm so proud of what 412 Boxing is doing and how you guys evolved. The first
Absolutely.
time I talked to Coach Jim Hoy, I believe I was in his house. I believe we were just talking about that on one of the shows, and then just
Right.
talking about the program and what he wants to do, and then boom, here we are today. It's just
Mhm.
amazing to see, and it's inspiring to not just myself but everyone that's going to watch this. But one last question for yourself: where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? I ask everyone this question: where do you see yourself 5, 10 years from now? Do you see yourself maybe being a boxing coach, maybe being a professional boxer? Where do you see yourself?
In 5 to 10 years, I see myself continuing to serve my country. I'm in the United States Air Force.
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am. And being a great husband, a great father, and a great man to my family and the people around me. And that's who I aspire to be.
Absolutely.
The money kind of sometimes clouds people's vision, and I'd rather steer away. I'd rather live comfortably and stay true to the people I love the most.
And that is something that I have to commend you on for saying that, because you don't hear a lot of people say that a lot. We get so engrossed with, of course, like you said, the money and, oh, I want to make this much, get this car, da da da. But no, you want the things that are lasting in life, the things that God placed in your life that are,
Absolutely.
that are going to be there. That's going to be there when the family members, the people around you, even the people that you're boxing with, your coaches,
Absolutely.
they see the tears, they see the blood, they see the sweat, all of that. And the world may see, oh, the winner. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
that's just amazing that you're building that support system and that foundation, so that way, whatever comes your way, that you're able to withstand that and withhold that with such care. But Sonny, I want to thank you and thank Coach Jim Hoy for setting this up. for you talking to me and just giving your expertise, and to, just talk to the audience and give your story. That's all we want to talk about, is the people's story, and give people opportunity to, show what boxing is, and just deep, like the deeper world of boxing. So Sonny, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. No, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. What just to be able to see how our impact in our community and in the whole boxing world
Absolutely.
has really came to be. I really appreciate you giving us the time of day in the first place.
Of course, anytime. And I'm going to be rooting for you guys. So you guys better listen, rock it out. You guys
Yep.
continue to keep your heads on straight. Continue to keep God first. Continue to look
Yes,
forward
ma'am. Yes,
and
ma'am.
progress each and every day. Another big announcement at 412 Boxing, they have former lightweight champion Paul Spadafora training and coaching the boxers in preparation for nationals and the Olympics. The Pittsburgh native was 49-1-1 in his career, and now he's training the youth to be the best they can be. I was saying it was exciting talking to Sonny. That was a really exciting moment.
Yeah.
So just a little
really,
bit.
Really good guy. Really good guy.
Yes. Awesome. And you're not bad yourself. I mean, you're training these young kids to be great. You're training these kids to these moments and preparing them for these big fights. How does this, you being, the legend yourself, being able that you have the experience in the boxing industry, what can you give these young kids for them to make sure that they're successful, not only in the ring, but also outside of the ring?
What, like I look at it like I love boxing. Like I love it with all my heart, and that's all I know. And the discipline of boxing does so much for you in life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just can't believe they just keep getting better and better and better and better and better. It's so fun being down here.
Right, absolutely. And I can tell by just talking to them, they already have their heads on straight. They already know what they want. They already know the expectation that's being held there. But what's the process like for you, just training them, and just what do you look for in a boxer to make sure that they are successul and do the best that they can?
I look at it like this: you got to go with their habits. Habits are very, very hard to break.
Right.
If you don't pick up bad habits, then you ain't gonna have too much of an issue. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And learn. And for me, boxing saved my life. I going home, just leaving the gym. The fight was when I left the gym because I had to go home to it. You know what I mean? I just had wrote a little biography and stuff like that, just for people to understand what some kids go through.
Right. Yeah.
And how, and just the littlest things, how PK saved my life.
Yeah.
My trainer's name was PK, and like, oh my God, he just helped me, made me want to come to the gym, made me want to get off the streets, made me want to do the right thing. You know what I mean? This is a blessing, man. This is a blessing.
It is, and God is really working through all of you coaches, and just building something great at 412 Boxing, because we need more programs like this to help the youth and make sure that see their best potential in them. Not only just like, you don't have to go out here and do particular things that compromise yourself, but
I tell you
to put you in the best situations.
Coach who's running this place right here and runs it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you, I've been in Boston my whole life. There ain't too many people like this.
Yeah.
So it's like having him here is just like an angel for the kids and everybody. For me, for life, man, he's just a great guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Coach Jim Hoy. Like he's that guy, man. Like he is vibrant every time you talk to him. You want to be around him. You want to hear from him. You want to talk to him and different things like that. But how are you guys? What type of rigorous practices are you guys taking to get to this next level, competing to nationals and then potentially the Olympics?
Well, everything right. You know what I mean? You got to eat right. You got to live right. You got to sleep right. You got to train right. You know, coach goes out of his way 3 times a day, twice a day. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Every everything's different, and everybody's different too.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
And diet is important. That's the number one most important thing, being an
exactly.
athlete. You have to make sure your diet's in the right places.
If your friends
Um,
ain't right, if your friends ain't right, your sleep ain't right, your food ain't right, you ain't right.
Absolutely. And there's 6 juniors heading to nationals. Six. How are you
On
guys training them?
it's so much fun. It's so great. It's so fun. It's unbelievable.
It's
I can
like
just tell
six
you,
of them.
I'm having a great time down
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
here.
I mean, speaking with Sonny,
Hey,
speaking with
hey,
Coach Jim Hoy, everyone
I
is.
told the one, hey, listen, I told the one little young buck, I said, Lucy, I said, listen, go home and I want you to watch Shakur Stevenson. And I
Oh
ain't tell,
yeah.
listen. And then he comes back and he tells me, I said, who was he fighting? He named the dude he was fighting. I said, what you like about him? He did exactly the way he did it, a little better than the way Shakur did it.
Everyone was so mad at Shakur because they're like the fight was kind of boring. I mean, it was boring, to a lot of people. And I like Shakur. I really do. I
No,
think he is one of the young.
I think Shakur is one of the best fighters in the world. No,
Yeah, he is.
I told him to go home and watch the Shakur fight. And he went and watched Valdez fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Shakur's one of the. I think he might be the best.
You like Tank?
Yeah, I like Tank a lot too. I like Tank, Crawford, Shakur.
Hmm.
they're all. You know what I mean?
They're all boxing's in good hands. I mean, especially at 4-1-2, what you guys are doing, and then
Yeah.
you have the young boxers setting those examples. But are you guys still recruiting a lot of you young boxers to be on, as well, or is it just whoever's coming, just whoever comes?
Yeah, just whoever comes. You know what I mean? And just and keep them busy. Keep them.
Yes,
That's
yes,
another thing. Like fighters fight. That's what they do. And,
yeah,
and coach travels, does everything with these kids. It's amazing.
right. So
Not to
what?
be. God, what you gonna say?
No, it's fine. So what?
My back right
Oh,
now.
the mitt. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. That was a great conversation. And I'm just super excited for what you guys have in store. And I'm really, really looking forward to you guys competing and winning fights. Like, we want to see you guys represent Team
Yeah,
USA next summer. That's woo, mind blowing.
that's definitely that. I'm so excited about that. To
Yes.
see how everything turns out. You know.
Yes. And you guys are gonna rock it out. I'm excited. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm Jasmine Pollock, and that wraps up this episode of First Impression Sports Talk. I want to personally thank Sonny, Coach Jim Hoy, and most of all, Paul Spadafora and all of 412 Boxing for spending time with me today and telling me some of the updates that are happening in boxing and what they look forward to in nationals and the Olympics. That wraps up this episode. See you next time.